Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Simmons. This is Philosophy for Where We Find Ourselves. Right now, it is January 15th, 2023, though it will probably be the next day or two before I get this video posted. I am currently out camping with my son Atticus, and so I'm sure the light looks very strange, but I'll show you here. A campfire and tent, my truck over that way. While I'm sitting by the fire here, my son is off playing with some new friends he just made, one of the neighboring sites. And so I thought maybe I would just mention three things that are, I think, philosophically interesting or philosophically important, or maybe even existentially important about camping. First, I think it's really important that we remember that our pacing, our existential time marking, is something that could be different. Our ordinary, our normal way of life, the pacing of that ordinary way of life, does not have to be the only way things could be. It's possible for us to leave, get out to the mountains, start a fire, and it forces us to slow down in all kinds of interesting ways. For example, we came this afternoon, set up the tent, got everything ready. It's a multiple hours process just to be able to sleep and make some food. And this is not the way normally my life works, right? Normally, it's all there. It's all waiting for me. It's all ready. You open the fridge, there it is. If I don't have time to make something when I get home, just swing through and grab something to go. But when you go camping, everything slows down. And so although I think there's a value just to slowness itself, the more important thing to me is the fact that it reminds us that our ordinary pacing, our ordinary mode of marking time is contingent. We can do it differently. And so sometimes we should do it differently to remind ourselves of that fact. Second is the importance of the ethical realization that even when we are empirically alone, we are never ethically alone. So the fact that I'm out here in many ways by myself with my son, away from the city, away from people, nonetheless, I'm at a campsite that somebody built. I'm in a state park that is taken care of by others. We hiked trails today that others have cleared and maintained. To be alone does not mean that I am not somehow still responsible and still a beneficiary of all the work that others have put into the world, such that my life can flourish the way that it does. And third is the realization that sometimes getting away is in fact a better way of being able to propel back into our ordinary lives. This is, I think, the idea of vacations in principle, right? That we take a vacation so that we can come back and be different. But part of what it means to come back is to recognize that this is the life I've chosen. So getting away from that life reminds me that it's not just contingent. It's not just that I am responsible. It's also that I choose this. I come back on purpose. So as we go camping, let us remember these three philosophical, existential lessons. And maybe it will help all of us to be a little bit more intentional when we are getting the to-go meal, running home, taking our kids to practice, getting back, not having time to take care of what we think we need to do. That we are here on purpose, that our lives are implicated in others, and that ultimately it's contingent. And so therefore we are not stripped of our agency or our freedom, even while we are engaged in what sometimes feels overwhelming. Well, there's just some thoughts while I sit around the campfire waiting for my son to come back playing with some new friends. I hope it's helpful to you. I'll see you next time, unless a piano falls on our heads.